Alrighty. Alrighty. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can everyone hear me? Someone tell me in the chat, let me know if we're good to go on the microphone. We're back here once again. Uh, can you hear me? That's all I want to know. Please. Please let me know. Alright, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Top Fan. I appreciate that. Alrighty. So, we're back here covering the major severe weather outbreak ready to go here in the central U.S. This has been advertised for a while, and now it's here, ready for a significant tornado outbreak is going to be occurring. My name is Packy Young, and I'm going to be here covering throughout the night, uh, all day into the nighttime hours. This will probably be a long stream, long haul episode here. Hopefully, we have no stream issues like we've had in the past. Um, we've tried troubleshooting in every which possible way, so hopefully it works. Um, and we'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, we'll try to get some of our chasers going. We are going to have one chaser a little bit later in the stream. We should have Kai up somewhere in Oklahoma, and we'll get updated information on their location and what kind of storms they're intercepting a little bit later on down the road. But for now, it's just me here joining you, and I'm going to give you the best knowledge I have of all the weather that's going on and how to stay prepared if for anyone out here in the risk areas, anywhere from the slight risk, which extends all the way up into South Dakota here, down to Texas, Missouri, Arkansas. We're covering all of the central U.S. here. We've got an enhanced risk for stronger tornadoes from really just south of Omaha down to Wichita Falls, Texas. And that covers Kansas City as well. We've got storms firing in that enhanced risk, even in the slight and marginal risk. We'll get to that in a moment. And then we have this red moderate risk. And this is where it starts to get a little dicey. This is where we're expecting storms to be a little more intense in nature. We're probably going to be seeing some pretty strong tornadoes out of this area, damaging winds, very large to giant hail, especially earlier in the day. That is going to be the first risk that we're focused on for today. We don't want people out there in their cars with baseballs flying down, and that's going to do some real damage to your glass windows. And then we even have a very rare high risk in place. This is my first high risk that I'm covering, and that is covering Oklahoma City up to Wichita. And we've got a particularly dangerous situation, tornado watch, and we'll get to that in a minute. But this high risk, I got to tell you, this is a rare scenario. And uh, all across the board, people are talking about long track, intense to violent tornadoes are kind of almost expected today. We've got lots of significant tornadoes, probably up and down through the enhanced risk as well. And anyone, if you live in these areas or anyone in the chat knows people that live anywhere in the enhanced risks up to the moderate and the high risk, you got to tell them that they need to be weather aware today and they need to have a good way of receiving warnings because without that, they're not going to be able to uh, really, you know, really have a good way of even surviving these storms, staying, not injured. We want everyone over here to be safe and doing the right thing. And I'll go into more of what they need to do later when we get to specific warnings. But if they do see a warning in your location, you want to get to the most interior room of your house, preferably away from windows. A hall closet or a bathroom could work. Lowest floor, if you have a basement and you're under a warning today, you got to take every warning seriously. You got to get into that basement. If you have a helmet, put that helmet on, um, and stack mattresses, pillows, blankets over. I'm going to be repeating myself a lot today about all of that, all of these preparations that are going to really save your life if you're underneath a tornado warning, especially one that is confirmed. Uh, so we need to be doing all of these things to get prepared, and I'll be doing more in-depth, specific locations when we have storms that are moving into those areas. But as of right now, we only do have one tornado warning, and let's get going on covering that here in a moment. Let's get a quick look at that, and then we'll go over the watches that we have in place, because that is important information that is going to be helpful for communicating the severity of the hazards today and what you need to do. So, right now, we do have a tornado warning. This is for this is about to expire, yeah, uh, in 1 minute. But regardless, there was a tornado I know earlier observed further to the south with this storm, so it could produce again. There's people outside. All of these storms up here are going to be capable of producing tornadoes, uh, and and certainly also some damaging winds and severe hail. Damaging winds are going to be more of a threat later in the day, but right now we're definitely going to be getting that hail, and even a couple tornadoes early on. But the tornado threat should drastically increase as we get into the 6 to 7 p.m. time frame, is where that tornado threat is really going to go up, and then throughout the night into the late hours, midnight, 1 a.m., that tornado threat will continue. Um, so, yeah, this tornado warning is about to expire. I don't even see any towns in this, but if anyone in the chat knows anyone who lives anywhere near these storms, please tell them to be prepared. That did just expire. We do have another severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible. A lot of these are going to be producing smaller end, lower end tornadoes today up in the slight risk up in South Dakota and even northern Nebraska. This is a different kind of setup than what we have down in Oklahoma. The Oklahoma threat is much more classic and typically what you would see in Tornado Alley, but certainly still anomalous for how intense it's going to be today. Not your typical um, day of spring in May in Oklahoma. So, we do have this cell. This is just a severe thunderstorm warning covering, what is this? Highway 73 and 34, the intersection there. I don't exactly know what county this is as of right now, but I will be able to see the counties when new warnings are issued. I don't have a great way to see the counties, but we do have that ticker on the bottom, and if you see your county in any of those warnings, make sure you've got severe weather coming for you in the near term. So if anyone sees those counties in the ticker at the bottom, and that's your county, make sure to start doing your final preparations so that you can ride out the storm inside. We don't want to be outside. If you are outside, you don't want to be under trees. You want to get into a storm shelter. Um, any sort of way to protect yourself from hail or damaging winds, lightning. I mean, we don't want to be out doing things in this. And if we're living down in this high risk down here, we need to be canceling activities today. Uh, it's going to be unsafe for you to do any sort of outdoor activities. It might be kind of warm and nice right now, but that's going to change a lot later. And we want you to be not out there when a warning is issued so that you are close to where you can get into a safe position. Any idea about the tornado risk for southern Arkansas today? Well, I don't know exactly where you mean in southern Arkansas, but south of Little Rock, it's really not that severe. I think there might be. Hold on, let's go here just for a second. Let's pull up watches. No, let's pull up local storm reports, MPings, as not storm tracks. I want chasers. We'll get to them in a second. Um, let's go to the tornado outlook. This is your tornado outlook here. El Dorado. Yeah, there's no tornado risk down there. Tomorrow, the risk will be a little higher, and especially on Wednesday, actually. I do think the risk down near El Dorado for tornadoes will be probably higher than today, because today the risk will probably not extend that far south and east, as these storms are going to be kind of more off in this general area, and then moving off to the north. This shortwave, luckily, this storm system will be probably missing you to the north. Um, but keep in mind for Wednesday, make sure you are ready for a more significant severe weather threat on that day, as you might get some more severe weather and perhaps tornadoes down in El Dorado on Wednesday. Now, I do actually want to quickly go over our tornado watch. So if I pull over to here, this is the main tornado watch for the day. This is issued for parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas until 11 p.m. Central. Like I said, we're going to go late into the night. Numerous strong tornadoes expected. Now, this is wording you do not see every single day. Hold on, let me just pull up. Okay. This is wording you don't see every day. Numerous strong tornadoes expected. That is significant. Last time we saw that was March 31st of last year, and that produced hundreds, like over 100 tornadoes. It was the fourth most producing outbreak in history, or the third actually. And there was at least one violent tornado. There were several intense tornadoes with that, and that's kind of the situation we're seeing here. Widespread hail up to softball size likely, and scattered gusts up to 75. And there are 3.5 million people in the path of these storms. 159 hospitals, over 1,000 schools. So many big cities here. This covers, I mean, we got Wichita, Salina, Oklahoma City, that's the big one, Tulsa, Wichita Falls. This is a very populated region that could be hit by these storms today. And I mean, really, the only less populous region in this entire risk is kind of like in here. But we've got so many other places that, especially as these move further to the east into the night, they're going to mature more, and they're going to enter these more populated regions. So anyone in these areas, please, please, please get yourself prepared now for a potential warning later, in which case you'll need to get into a safe position. And again, that safe position is an interior room, lowest floor. A basement is preferable, or a storm shelter that's designated for tornadoes. If you have a helmet, put that on. Bring a whistle with you, so that for a worst case scenario, if you're if you're underneath tornado debris and you're trapped, you can blow that whistle. Your voice, it's not like your voice, it won't go out. You can just blow that whistle. It'll be loud. I would blow it about 10 minutes after the tornado has hit, so that those first responders can get to you as soon as physically possible. We hope that we don't have to do that today, but there is a chance that some of us might have to be doing that. That is in the worst possible case scenario for you. But if you are in a storm shelter, you need to have that whistle with you. You need to wear closed-toed shoes. And if you are hit by a tornado, don't touch downed power lines afterward, or gas leaks. We don't want to be anywhere near those, as that could also just cause injury or worse. So again, we're going to be getting hit with softballs today. So keep your cars indoors. Keep them in a garage if you have it. Just away from outside as much as possible. and then hope for the best there. Storms today are not expected to be particularly widespread. Uh, they do say widespread hail up to softball sized, and especially in the northern part of this risk. Yes, I do agree with that. We'll have to see just how bad it's going to potentially get south of Oklahoma City. Storm coverage is not expected to be too widespread, but the parameters in place today are the highest parameters I think I have ever seen. So uh, these the storms today are going to be in the best possible juice for rotating and continuing to move long track. The best possible conditions, pretty much um, that we've seen in a very long time. So that is why we're strongly wording this. Any storm that does form is going to be very significant, most likely. So that is your tornado watch right now. We do have others. I'm going to just look at those really quickly. We do have other watches out. We have one to the north. Excuse me. This is for a few tornadoes likely. The probabilities here are a little bit lower, but still, a couple tornadoes, scattered hail up to tennis ball sized. So even, I think that's even bigger. Um, and scattered gusts up to 70 mile an hour is likely. So we got even bigger hail up to the north. That's going to go from Great Bend up to Broken Bow, North Platte in Nebraska. So that's northern Kansas, southern Nebraska. And 500,000 people in the path of these storms. And scattered gusts up to 70 mile an hour likely. So that is our other watch. We also, we did have uh, that tornado warning up to the north. And that tornado warning actually occurred in, where is it? Oh, actually, it would be NWS severe. It would be here. That actually occurred in a severe thunderstorm watch. Did they not post that? I don't even know how this works. Okay, clearly I don't know. So let's get back to the radar here. Uh, what up, Tristan LeConte? We are going to have chasers out a little bit later. Um, and we'll have them down probably below the chat there. And in that case, we'll be able to see exactly what's going on the ground and what's headed for people here. So let's zoom in. Let's get off the Outlook here. Let's just go to categorical. I want to get the chaser spotter network going. Give me just a second here. Good, just a second. Spotter network. Sign in. Alrighty. Okay, cool.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
So let's get spotter reports, spotters. Okay, so now I'm going to be able to pull up all of these red dots you see here are storm chasers that are out there feeding information to the media so that everyone knows exactly where these storms are, what they look like, if they're producing tornadoes. Because sometimes we've got radar holes and we don't know, what the storm is doing in its location. So storm chasers can provide that ground truth, and also on rare occasions, hopefully never, but it does happen sometimes. They become the first responders after a tornado because they're going to be nearby, and a lot of them are trained in that area of saving lives. So they are very crucial out here. So again, just a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. None of them are too significant. It's producing some hail again. The hail is going to be the first threat. We've got golf ball sized hail. This is going to be includes Stockton and Plainville in Kansas here. And we've got another one here including Franklin, Kensington, Athol, and Agra in Kansas and into Nebraska, southern Nebraska. If anyone knows people who live in these regions, please tell them that they've got a storm coming their way and to get indoors. It's not a serious storm, but it could become serious in the short term. So let them know. We've also got these storms up here, which have been producing tornadoes on and off. This is a different kind of cold core risk, which is essentially just a different type of setup we have to the north than what we have down south, but still capable of producing tornadoes. And this one doesn't seem to be, the populated region here, it's not very populated, but they are producing tornadoes. And they are certainly producing a lot of hail. So that's going to be the main risk here. If anyone has questions in the chat about your location, please let me know. I would love to answer specific locations. That helps me focus in, and I want to help you all out. So again, that high risk is in place. It's going to be a significant day. I've got a couple of people behind me, not literally behind me, but behind the scenes that are helping me out. I've mentioned them before. We have Hunter, Mason, and Malachi mostly here today. Malachi is going to be letting us know when those storm chasers are going to be on our stream and when we can get them up. Hunter will help with that process, and Mason will feed in any information about specific profiles we're seeing today that are conducive for severe weather. I'm going to see if I can't pull up some sort of a sounding or something to show you guys just how incredibly dynamic the setup is today, and how just off the charts we are, really, and why we want no storms to form, because that is the biggest chance we have at seeing less of a threat. But I still think tornadoes are almost guaranteed today, which is just unfortunate. But if we're all prepared, we can, it'll greatly increase our chance of survival today, and especially our chance of of injury. We don't want to be injured. We might take damage to our houses. My gosh, look at that. But we don't want to be injured. This is one model run. Let me see here. Yeah, let's pull this up. This is going to be the high resolution rapid refresh. This is one of the many models that we look at, and right now it's initiating those cells kind of over the Dodge City region. We've got cells that are going up in Dodge City right now. And really all up towards Hayes and north, where we have a couple of those severe thunderstorm warnings. And so this is initialized pretty well. And within the next hour, this is what we see blow up. We've got a couple of storms out discrete in front of the main line, and those are going to be posing a tornado threat. And then these are all going to be posing a large to giant hail threat, and potentially even a tornado threat, especially as we go into the later hours. As I kick this forward, now we're going to be seeing tornadoes out of these. And this particular model wants to kind of form a line out of them. We do to the south, it's a little bit less linear, but I wouldn't take that as verbatim. That may or may not happen. If it does happen, that would be the best case scenario, but not every model agrees on that scenario, and there's a good chance that they do remain pretty discrete, and in that case they're going to really be able to take full advantage of their environment. This is a composite parameter that just shows how incredibly volatile the atmosphere is. Notice the scale here is 8.5, and when you see STP of 1 is a significant tornado parameter, when you see that value over 1, which is the cyan color, or the orange color, or the red color, or the purple color, or I don't even know what kind of color this is, other red, maroon maybe, those are going to be favorable for a tornado. And then as you get to the higher colors, it's just extremely favorable. And watch what we see here. Unbelievable. we've got widespread off the chart parameters. I mean, literally for hours at a time. And we're going to get cells forming in here. And they're going to be able to take advantage of that environment. And even up here in Kansas, like we've got, like I said, anything over cyan is favorable for tornadoes. And this is going to be linear up here, but we've got favorable conditions all the way up to Kansas City. Kansas City, you're in a enhanced risk today for significant tornadoes, actually. That enhanced risk is definitely for strong to perhaps intense tornadoes up in Kansas City. And down in Wichita, it's even more intense. I mean, you could see that on just this map here. And with time, I mean, I could take you. You probably don't know what this is, but what this tells me is that the parameters are just off the charts. Um, this is your area. Oops. This is your area here for storms to go up, your updraft juice, so to speak, right in here. And then this is your spinach. See that curve there? All of our storms are going to be taking that shape in some way or another. And when you get that little hook, I mean, that's where your tornado is going to be. We look for that hook shape for tornadoes. And we're seeing that here. So off the charts parameters, we haven't seen a day like this, at least since March 31st of last year. And every storm that forms today is going to be volatile and probably doing a lot. We are starting to get storms to form over, unfortunately, over the dry land in Woodward, Buffalo, Kansas. Everything so far has also overperformed in terms of observations. It's not a good scenario out here. Really, it's just not a great scenario. Again, if you have any questions about your specific location, I would love to answer for what your severe threat is today, what storms are coming your way, um, and just let me know in the chat, and I'll be reading it. All right, so storms are starting to fire up here. Dodge City is a good one to look at. I mean, we've already got very large hail. I wouldn't be surprised to see this get warned here near Larned. Is that what that is? Yeah, Larned and Garfield in Kansas. Kansas. What is this? Rotating wall cloud. Apparently, there could be a wall cloud on this. That's not confirmed, but a chance that these storms could be rotating already. It's certainly possible. Let's pull up velocity for that. This is kind of the main panel that I'm going to be looking at, this dual pane mode where we've got reflectivity on the left, velocity on the right. And I'll explain what we're looking for rotation in storms when we see that rotation. Right now, I'm not really seeing it anywhere. Reflectivity, of course, is the classic. You look for those higher echoes, those higher, the pinks, the reds, even the purples. That's going to be very large hail. Tornadoes, you don't necessarily need the pinks and purples, but generally the reds are higher. It's going to be favorable for severe weather in terms of your DBZ, which is the reflectivity. And in velocity, you're going to be looking at that closely. We're going to be watching today our low-level jet to expand and really intensify into the night. Right now, again, it's not very strong, so we're going to be mainly getting hail-producing storms, and this one did just get warned for that. 1.5-inch hail, what is that? I don't remember what that is equivalent to. Let's look here. Ping pong ball, there you go. Ping pong ball is falling out of the sky over Garfield and Larned, headed right for Grand up in uh, Kansas. This is just outside of the moderate risk region. I'm gonna lag. Where is? That's not fun. I'm gonna close Discord. Let's try that. All right. Hopefully that should help with the lag a little bit. Alrighty. So, trying to move this around. It's still messing up a little bit. Why are we messing up? Why are we getting lag? That's not fun. We're going strong. We always go strong for a short time. Do we look good? Are we good on the lag? This is an issue that's going to have to take time to fix, I guess, unfortunately. This is an issue that's going to... what happens if I move radar? Looking fine. No, we're not looking fine. Oh boy. Oh no. Come on, man. I'll close this. Let's get OBS. Let's see here. I'm good. I'll drop the bit rate. Just give me a sec here. Let's see here. Hopefully that should help at least a little bit. I'm optimistic though. Can we see the stream? Are we looking good? Are we doing alright? Are we doing good? We've got supercells going up. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of a way to reduce this. Um, mm, I think I'll be right back. We'll see what happens. Okay. Work with me. Okay, we want OBS to be on here. Ah, man, this is not working. Troubleshooting, sorry. Don't know what happened. Settings. Keys. Second monitor. Camera. Okay, we have radar. But is radar laggy? Yeah, it is. We're going good. We're going so good. Um, golly. Oh, this is unfortunate. Let me look this up. I will be right back. Windows Server. It's not killing me. Trying to get this to work. I don't know why it's not working, and I'm really mad about it. The stream is very laggy. Every time we Hmm. Just testing things out. I don't know. Right angle. Hmm. Sorry, man. I'm so mad about this.